doing my tutorial on how to do knotless box braids. So we're going to be needing a model so I can braid your hair. We're going to use the shine jam so each part can be as sleek and nice as possible. And then we're going to be needing a rat tail comb so I can make each part as straight as possible. And then we're going to use the hair elastic for sectioning each part of the braiding hair. And lastly, we're going to use the pre-stretch Easy Tex braiding hair. We use this one because it gives the hair a more natural look and it's easier, it's a better texture than the regular braiding hair.
Here I am showing how to braid the hair using a mannequin. First, I section the hair into 3 equal parts. Next, I take my pointer finger, then I go under strand number 2 and I latch onto strand number 3. After, I take strand number 2 and I move it to the other side of my hand so it's not in the way. Then, I get the hair extensions and I connect it to strand number 3. Placing it under my pointer finger. Then taking the end of the strand of the hair extension, I connect it to strand number 2. Then I proceed to braid, going from left to right. I do that for about 3 times. Then I get my second strand of hair extension, making sure to add it under my pointer finger, then using the strand that is above your finger to connect it. After that, you just continue to braid the hair, going from left to right all the way down until you are finished. Now I'm going to start to prepare to braid the hair. I am taking about my finger width of hair extension and I'm putting it on the chair so when it is time to start braiding, I can just grab one strand and proceed. Here I'm going to show you how to section the hair. For the first row, I simply took the rat tail comb and I parted it straight across about 1 inch high. Then I split that into 2 and I braided each strand using the technique that was shown before. For the second row, I used the tip of her ear as direction on how tall I should make that part. I took the end of the rat tail comb and I parted it straight through her hair, making sure that it lines up with the tip of her other ear. Then I got the hair elastic to section off her hair. After, I went through again to make sure the part is as straight as possible before I added the shine gel to it. After, I got some of the shine jam and I placed it at the root of her hair, putting it all across that part. Then I proceeded to comb out her hair in preparation for making the hair into boxes. When parting the hair into boxes, use the teeth of the comb to part straight down, then use the end of the rat tail comb to get a straighter end product. When parting the hair, it is very important that you part the boxes in the middle of the braid on the bottom. This way the final product makes your hair look fuller. For the second row, I made about 3 boxes, but the amount may vary on the size of your boxes. Here I'm showing you how to braid the hair again. I start with 3 sections, then I place my pointer finger under strand 2 to hook onto strand 3. Then I place the hair extensions under my pointer finger connected to strand number 3. Then connecting the end of the hair extension to strand number 2, then braiding from left to right for about 2 times. After that, you add the second strand of hair extension, repeating that same process. After, you just proceed to braid the hair all the way down. Then you will repeat that same process for all of the other boxes in that same row. From this step on, I decided to section out her entire hair, making it easier for me to just go back and make boxes afterward. For the third row, I used the end of her eyebrows as direction on how to proceed. I used the end of the rat tail comb to make a part straight through her hair. Right now, I'm not as worried about getting the part as straight as possible because after, I will go back and fix it. I just want an outline of her hair right now. After that, after you make that part, section off the third row using a hair elastic or just making a twist straight across like I did. Now we are on to the front part of her hair. We decided on making a middle part instead of a side part. To make a middle part, you start in the middle of her hair and using the end of the rat tail comb, connect it to the third row part. If you are struggling to find the middle part, use the individual nose as guidance on where to start. Also, add hair gem to section off the 2 sides so you would be able to make a straight and precise part. Now we are going to start boxing the third row. For the first box, I made the box very close to her ear. Then, for the other box, I started to box in the middle of each braid on the bottom. Continue to do this for the entire third row, making sure to add jam in between each box so each one of them is separated and doesn't join with the other boxes. After you make your boxes, you're then going to start to braid the hair using the techniques that were shown before. After braiding all of the boxes in the third row, then you can move on to the fourth row. For this row, we are using the same braiding technique that was used before. First, I added jam to the hair to section off that part. Then I start to section out the hair that I will be using to braid that strand. I take out about 4 strands in preparation to braid that hair. I take the hair and put it into 3 equal parts. Then I take my pointer finger and I place it under strand 2, hooking onto strand 3. I move strand 2 to the side so it's not in my way, placing the hair extension connecting to strand 3. Then connecting the end of the hair extension to strand number 2, then braiding from left to right for about 2 times, then adding the second strand, then repeating this process. After braiding her hair, this is how the final product of the back of her hair looked. After finishing braiding and parting the 4th row, I then moved on to the top of her hair. I basically parted her hair into 4 triangles, starting from the middle part, connecting to the 4th row. After braiding the hair on the top, that is how the final product is supposed to look like. Then you're just gonna copy the same thing on the left side of your hair, then you're all done with braiding here. This is my finished product. It took me about 5 hours to complete. Hi, thank you for watching my tutorial video. I'm here a couple days later to talk about what I learned from researching and making my procedural video. First, I just want to say that before this video, I did not know how to braid hair at all. I actually had my friend teaching me how to do it about 1 hour before we started recording. So during this process, there are a lot of trial and error that I had to overcome from, whether it was braiding the hair right, or even gripping it right, or just making the part as straight as possible. Braiding my friend's hair took me about 5 hours to complete. It was a very tiring and long process that I definitely would not recommend for individuals who can't do one task for a long period of time. However, this journey has made me feel a lot more closer to my African roots. I learned about how different types of braid you had show the type of tribe you came from or even your marital status. I also learned that cornrows were used as a discreet way to hide maps, to leave plantations, and I definitely wouldn't recommend learning how to braid hair for other people. It was an experience that I would cherish forever, and thank you for watching my video. Bye.